Hi, this is Volcano Max,
And this is Absurd Revolver.
and welcome to Let's Play Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is the sequel to the much-loved Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. Thousand-Year Door, it was made for the GameCube, and personally I think it is better than the prequel, although some would argue that. But anyway, I've always loved this game ever since I first played it, and I've decided it would be perfect for my first Let's Play, and Absurd Revolver here is joining me.
Hi.
Have you played the game?
I have played the game. I've only played it once, and it was back on the GameCube. So this is actually going to be very interesting for me, because I don't quite remember everything. I kind of remember the characters, basic plot. But to be honest, I think this is going to be as exciting for me as anyone else who's watching and who hasn't played this game before.
Yeah, so here we have an intro, storybook opening, just like in the first game, giving a little bit of background. This game has a much better, more comprehensive plot than the original. The original game was pretty standard Mario fare, princess gets kidnapped, blah blah blah. There's actually a lot more stuff going on in this one, and it's a really good plot for a Mario game. I mean, it's not going to stand up to something like Final Fantasy, obviously, but it is amazing for what it is.
Honestly, I could actually debate that, given how sort of convoluted, emotionally overly charged that Final Fantasy games have become
But
recently.
that's not what we're going to be talking about today.
Of course. But I do really respect the story of this game, and it's amazing how a simple story, even though this is not quite as simple as the usual Mario fare, how easily a simple story can be told in a game like this.
One of the best parts about it is how it manages to be lighthearted and a little bit dark at the same time. So, anyway, here we are opening on to the actual story itself. As it says, the Thousand-Year Door starts here.
That's a pretty good indication.
But yes. The first thing you'll notice is a gallows right in the middle of the town square there. So this is not the Mushroom Kingdom, or actually I'm not sure if this is in the Mushroom Kingdom, but if it is the seedy underbelly. And honestly, probably the worst possible place for Princess Peach to be standing right now.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought the violence, besides, jumping on people's heads, have been completely banned in the Mushroom Kingdom, so I think a gallows is a good way to indicate that we're no longer in familiar territory.
One thing they haven't shown, she has been mugged 5 times in the last half hour.
Yeah.
And now she's about to get swindled by a mysterious dude in a hood that you can't see his face.
Yeah, you'd really think that a princess... Wait, no, actually, this is Princess Peach.
She doesn't exactly know better at all.
No. You'd think all the kidnappings would, somewhat jade her to the world, but she keeps that, innocent naivete.
Somehow. Possibly due to brain damage.
I think brain damage is a good candidate.
So here we have a mysterious box that this person is just gonna give to Princess Peach, and if you're thinking about Pandora, that's probably a good indication.
I don't think they teach that story there, or any stories.
Oddly enough, we actually never find out who this mysterious cloaked stranger is throughout the entire game. That's never revealed. You'd think
that he'd probably be the final boss or the guy behind everything or whatever, but nope.
You have the title screen, so
yes.
The title screen. But it was a very nice title screen, and so yeah, starting a new game. Volcano Max obviously isn't gonna fit in the limited space we have here, so I'm just gonna go with short, simple VC Max.
It's always good to have a short version of your name for forms and, quick translation.
Of course, that name is never going to come up in gameplay or anything, so it really doesn't matter. And progress was saved. Hooray! You probably recognize Mario's house here if you played the original Paper Mario. It's the exact same design. And nice little cameo from Parakarry here. He was one of the partners in the first game.
Good to see he's still got work in this economy.
Yep. Oddly enough, I think this is exactly how the first game opened, too. With Gary delivering a letter and Luigi grabbing it. Luigi actually has a much bigger role in this game, which I like, being a Luigi fan.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. Alright, so letter from Princess Peach, which will start off the adventure just like it always does. It seems perfectly innocent.
You think, Rogueport, right there.
Yeah, you'd think that would give it away, but maybe Peach is just a fan of roguelikes, and she was expecting something like that. I don't know. So, yeah, she sends the map to Mario. Fortunately, turns out everything would have been completely awful if she hadn't, which it'll get to. So yeah, map of the Rogueport area. A lot of flavor in the different areas of the game that you go to. A lot of variety.
What's that ship propelled by?
Paper?
I just can't tell from here.
So is the water paper? Is that a paper ship floating on a paper ocean?
Yes, under the light of a paper sun and a paper blue sky.
Being pushed by paper winds. Can't forget the paper winds.
Yeah.
And here we have the clever chapter title. I didn't really get to show off the spinning emblem there. You'll see that before every chapter.
That seems like the absolute worst coin, or the absolute best coin, because how do you tell which one's heads or tails?
Well, it's a coin with two sides, but also four sides at the same time, so obviously it exists in the fifth dimension.
You mean the fourth dimension?
No, it's gone beyond the fourth dimension. So here we have the biggest piece of crap town in the entire Mushroom Kingdom.
Really, it's like I've never seen anywhere this grimy or dark. Do they just send all their poor people here? Oh, it's like a river wheelboat. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the riverboat captain is just questioning Mario's intelligence here, which I think is pretty great. I love that line right there.
It doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't Mario be pretty famous by now?
Well, you can't expect everyone to know who Mario is. Maybe this riverboat captain is old and he doesn't keep up with the times.
It's not even like the times. Every day for the last 20 years, Mario's had to rescue the princess.
I don't know. I bet he's one of those old people who pronounces it Mario.
I hate those people.
Me too. I'm not gonna talk to everybody. I just wanted to talk to this guy. I'm not even sure why. But yeah, he gives good advice.
So, I have a question. Are we going to be 100%ing this run, Mr. Paper Mario expert?
I wouldn't say 100%ing. I'm not going to get every single badge and every single recipe. I am going to get all the shine sprites, all the star pieces, and I'm going to go all the way through the Pit of 100 Trials.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yeah. That'll probably be done mostly via bonus video, though. So here we have the best villain in the entire game, Lord Crump. He is the game's token comedy relief villain.
As a question, he's Lord Crump, but does he crump?
Oh, of course he crumps. He is the crumpiness Crump in all of Crump Town.
I'd love to see Lord Crump start crumping.
I'm pretty sure he builds a Crump robot later on. This is a patch. He is the second most awesome Bob-omb in the game. He has an eye patch, and he has a crossbone little wind-up thingy, so, yeah. Pirate Bob-omb. Pretty awesome.
I didn't know Bob-ombs had, the intelligence beyond running up to and killing themselves by explosion.
Oh, of course they do. The first Paper Mario proved that. Crump-a-bomb. Yes, this is happening. And here we have what basically amounts to the tutorial fight. Yeah. Unlike the first game, you start off with the ability to both jump and hammer, and you can do action commands right away. You'll notice I did something that said stylish there. That's something that doesn't matter now. I was just doing it here to make sure I could still do it. It doesn't affect anything right now, so I'll get into it more later. So yeah, we got the basic jump command, basic hammer command, exactly the same as in the first game. Pretty simple stuff. I missed the guard command there, but I did it last time he hit me. So this hammer here should finish him off. And star points. For those who haven't played the first game, yes, you get star points when you win a battle, you get 100 points when you go up a level. And that's consistent. It's always 100 star points for a level, but as your levels get higher, you get less star points from the same enemies, so it all balances out.
I like games that don't have, a consistently, a flat level curve, basically.
And here we have about 1 million of these. I say X-Nauts, but I've heard it's supposed to be pronounced Cross-Knot, but that's dumb and lame, so I'm going to pronounce it X-Knot.
Cross-Knot has a bit of...
Unfortunately, they are all incredibly, incredibly dumb. This is a boat panel, so you won't be able to do anything with that for a while. So just going to move on to the next area and go forward with the game.
Just going to town, aren't they?
Yeah, they are just jumping all over that nothing. And 5 minutes later, he finally realizes that Mario isn't there. And apparently one of them is named Johnson.
I think like half of them are named Johnson.
Maybe they're all named Johnson.
They might all be named Johnson.
Black screen. My favorite screen. Alright, and we're back in the area from the little opening demo. Oh yeah, one thing about this game, Mario is the biggest pimp ever. Every single female that comes along will be attracted to Mario for whatever reason. And apparently he's a famous guy.
He is famous.
Yes, but that doesn't mean old people know who he is. I mean, he's famous in real life too, but I bet you could find people who've never heard of him.
Yeah, but this is like the world that he exists in. You
Yeah,
think
that's
that
true.
like... And Mario's been around for how long? Unaging? I'm pretty sure he's also immortal.
I think everybody is immortal in the Mario world. I don't think there's such a concept as time.
Well, there's a concept of death, though, when Mario comes for you. I wonder if he is, like, the avenging angel of death in this world.
That would make a lot of sense. But, a few elements from... Yes, there is organized crime here, and professional hits going on in the background. So yeah, we've got Toadsworth and the Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine. And, Toadsworth is as oblivious as ever. He's just kind of like, oh yeah, Princess is missing again. Whatever. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be, keeping an eye on her. And he is the worst at his job ever.
He's always been the worst at his job. I've
And
known that
he's been
since...
around that long. What, like,
I've
10
known he's been terrible at his job ever since I saw him in Sunshine.
Yeah, from the very moment you first hear that terrible voice acting in Super Mario Sunshine, you just know you're gonna hate Toadsworth.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anybody out there that's actually a fan of Toadsworth, let me know, because I've never met one.
I don't think they exist, but... No, actually, I guarantee they exist, and there's a whole forum out there.
That makes me a little sad.
Yeah, they're probably like,
And-
watching this and getting angry at this. Having a whole forum thread about it. 10 pages long.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
It is when half the posts are,
Apparently,
porn.
the Goomba girl here cannot believe that Princess Peach is somehow involved in this whole thing. Despite the fact that Mario is there.
Yeah, Mario's there. It's like Zelda. If you see Link, you know that, like, Princess Zelda and Ganon are going to be somewhere else, plotting or being captured or plotting
Unless
about
you're
being
playing
captured.
Majora's Mask or Link's Awakening.
Yes.
And here we have Goombella, the first party member. Basically, to sum up, she's incredibly useful. one of the best party members in the game, although I probably won't use her too much after the beginning just because I tend to prefer some of the others. For those who have played the original game, she's basically Goombario, but with personality. You can use her to learn about enemies and see their HP, and you can use her field skill to learn more about characters and areas that you're in when you're not in battle. Her basic attack is pretty much identical to Mario's jump. She gets more attacks later on. She gets the ability to do a multi-bonk, which will just keep hitting the enemy as long as you're able to time the button press correctly. And her final ability actually gives Mario an extra turn, which is great if you have a badge setup that pretty much ignores partners and focuses on Mario.
So how many total party members are there, and what do you usually use as your final party?
Well, there are 7 party members, and I tend to switch around a lot, because, you can only have one out at a time.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to talk about the other party members until they show up, though. So, yeah. One thing that is... actually, I'll get to that in another video. This one's about to end, so thanks for watching.
Yep. We'll see you next time for part 2.